This is a Ulysses S. Grant Bicentennial moment. 2022 is the bicentennial year of Ulysses S. Grant's birth. This is a series of vignettes that lift up the people, events, or moments of note in Grant's life as seen through his eyes. These are rich glimpses that give insight into Ulysses S. Grant's life and who or what impacted him to mold the leader he became. The series is available on the Facebook page Ulysses S. Grant Bicentennial Moments and the YouTube channel General Grant by himself. This is a CWBN production. December 28th, 1856. Captain Sam Grant writes a letter. I'm Captain Sam Grant, and on December the 28th of 1856, after a bad year on the farm, after several, in something of a difficult situation, I wrote my father, Jesse Grant, a letter in which I asked for some money, and I described my situation. December 28th of 1856, Father, this year, if I could have bought seed, I should have made out still better than I did. I wanted to plant 60 or 70 bushels of potatoes, but I had not the money to buy them. I planted 20, however, and have sold 225 bushels and have about 125 on hand, besides all that I've used. Next summer, I shall plant what is left of them and buy about 50 bushels of choice seeds besides. I have in some 25 acres of wheat that looks better, or did before the cold weather, than any in the neighborhood. My intention is to raise about 20 acres of Irish potatoes on new ground, 5 acres of sweet potatoes, about the same of early corn, 5 or 6 acres of cabbages, beets, cucumbers, pickles, onions, and melons, and keep a wagon going to market every day. This last year, my place was half tended because I had but one span of horses in one hand, and we had to do all of the work of the place, living at a distance too. All the hauling from my building, and take wood to the city for the support of the family. Since the 1st of April, my teams have earned me about $50 per month, independent of doing my own work. This year, I presume I shall be compelled to neglect my farm some to make a living in the meantime, but by next year, I hope to be independent. If I had the opportunity of getting about $500 for a year at 10%, I have no doubt, but it would be of great advantage to me. Julia and the children are all very well. Mrs. Dent has been at the point of death for the last 2 weeks, but is now much better and will recover. Mary makes no knowledge of having received a letter from me. Did she not get an answer to hers written shortly after you were here? I wrote in answer. Some 3 weeks since, I went into the planter's house and saw registered J.R. Grant, Kentucky, on the book. Making inquiry, I found that J.R.G. had just taken the Pacific Railroad cars. I made sure it was you and that I should find you when I got home. Was it you? Yours truly, U.S. Grant. I am Captain Sam Grant, and this has been a Ulysses S. Grant Bicentennial Moment.